taken me about 8 years to get up here, so hi everyone.
Oh wait, your time is up.
Wow. This whole day has been perfect, and I think that I definitely have shifted from where I was this morning. What I'm looking for, and this is all just so perfect, is some fine-tuning. I finished.
When you are in alignment, fine-tuning is the fun part.
Yeah.
In other words, Esther loves construction, and she just loves the plans, and she loves pouring the foundation, and she loves putting up the structures, and she loves getting the roof on, and she loves it when they put the insulation in and the pipes and all that stuff. She likes all of that, but she really likes buying furniture.
Yes. I do too.
That's really fine-tuning.
Yeah.
And so what you're saying is you want to just hurry through all of this and get over here. And we want you and Esther to enjoy every stage of it along the way. In other words, savor it all. So rather than saying fine-tuning, just say tuning. Tuning.
Yeah. Okay, so I completed a divorce last month. I didn't want it. And I feel like it's all going in the right direction.
Now, how would you know that when you feel like that? I feel awful. I'm crying in front of people. But I'm just sure I'm going in the right direction. It hurts so bad it must be good.
Yeah, exactly. Where I'm at with it is, I guess I feel confusion. I adore this guy. And I've loved what we've been talking about today, like really finding the love for him and yet allowing him to go do what he needs to do or have the conditions that he is. So I love being in relationships. That last thing was so perfect. I love relationships so much, and I can't wait.
The thing about relationships they are awfully conditional most of the time.
Yeah, very much so.
And so it's a nice thing to have a respite from conditions while you focus upon the unconditioned. And we were appreciating the words that you were using about loving it. So rather than fine-tuning, let's general tune here just for a little bit.
Okay.
While you tell us in an unconditional way what it is that you feel in relationships that you like so much. What's the emotion or the feeling? And try, if you can, not to try to conjure a condition that makes you feel that way. Just tell us what feels good inside of a relationship to you. Use emotional words if you can.
Emotional words.
I love to love.
I love to love.
I love to love for no good reason. Now,
Yes.
if you could love to love for no good reason, there would be no divorces. Most people love very conditionally, so there are a
Yes.
lot of divorces because I loved you when you were different than that, but now you're not different than that. Now you're that. I can't love you.
Yeah, he was kind of like the guy's cat, so.
However, that guy's still with his cat.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, so I love.
It's the P to value ratio.
So I love to love. I love co-creating. I love looking forward. I love having another person there with me to see forward and move forward and yet have different points of view, but kind of have the same focus. I love sex.
You love
I love that part.
You love new ideas occurring.
Yes.
So that means you love difference. You
Yes.
love diversity.
Yes.
So you're not looking for sameness in a
No,
relationship.
not at all. Not at all. So I think where I feel maybe stuck.
Well, that's not the part of the discussion that we're wanting to evoke from you.
Okay.
Because stuck is when you start looking at the conditions.
Okay.
Now that you have completed this divorce, you've sort of closed the door on that for now. And yet you're wanting to open another door right away, another conditional door, another someone to hold as your object of attention, or another someone to be the reason that you feel the way you do.
Okay.
But But we want you to understand that you have had enough relationships. In other words, think about before your first relationship, how many relationships you had that helped you to create a vortex that helped you to know what you wanted in a relationship.
Yeah.
Esther was listening to a television commercial the other day. It was one of the matching businesses, and they were talking about, we will find your true compatibility. And Esther thought about the word compatibility, and then talked to us about the word compatibility. And we said, it's a law of attraction word, isn't it? Not compatible in the sense that we like all of the same colors, and we like all of the same places, and we like all of the same words, and we like all of the same things, and we like all of the same food. Not compatible in the sense that we are identical, but compatible in the sense that at our core, at our unconditioned, that there are vibrations that we have accomplished and that we foster and keep active, so that law of attraction will bring others who share those same core vibrational stances. Because when you are at the core in vibrational harmony, which means you love unconditionally, then the details of your experience can be whatever they are being, and it doesn't shake you from your connection with the true relationship that is the only relationship that really matters. When we have relationship conversations with people, always at the heart of them is, I have a relationship. Sometimes you don't say it because you don't even know it, but this is what's at the heart of it. I have a relationship with my inner being that I am eternally intertwined with. In other words, you can't turn off the key that turns off the engine of that relationship between you and your inner being. So I have this relationship with my inner being that for some reason this relationship is challenging. And what we want to say to you is, it does not need to challenge. The only reason it does challenge is because you've been getting the cart before the horse. You've been wanting this condition to be the reason that you connect with source, rather than connecting source be the reason that you create these conditions. So that's what's backward in so many relationships. That's why your marriage vows say, let's just not add any more power to those. When you are caring about this relationship between you and your inner being, first and foremost, and in the middle and last, in other words, that's what really matters to you, then you find yourself more capable, or practiced is a better word, at finding positive aspects wherever you look. But when you look to another person, and you say to that other person or about that other person, you are my primary point of focus, and everything that I feel is going to revolve from what I see here. So then you start needing to control that to be a certain way so that you can feel this. It never works. It always ends up in some sort of discord that usually ends up in a breaking apart in some way. But when you instead come into alignment with who you are, then you're not holding this person to be everything. Now you've got these relationships with these people and these people and these people and these people, with life, with animals, with nature, with sunsets, with streets, with subjects, with interesting things, with hobbies and activities and all kinds of things. And this is just a person that you like to be with because you like to be with them, but they are never supposed to be your significant other. Your inner being is always meant to be your significant other. And when you try to make another person be your significant other, they're going to fail you every single time, because it is not their job to be all the things that you need in all the times and all the ways that you need them to be that way. Now, we're not for a moment trying to get you to get back together. That's not the point of this at all. But we are wanting, before you attract someone else, we're wanting you to secure, to establish, to define and establish and discover and enjoy an emphatic relationship between you and you. And once you do that, in that unconditional alignment with who you really are, in that consistent offering of that vibration, the universe will give you inspiration. You will rendezvous with another who at the core is already understanding the importance of that significant relationship. And when two come together who each understand what the truly significant relationship is, then you will have the freedom to have a delicious relationship. Otherwise, you hold each other in bondage. And in the beginning, before you know that much about each other, it works out pretty well. But pretty soon, you're going to start being who you really are. And if at the core there's not a vibrational sync, then it's always going to be problematic.
Okay. So,
Did you follow that?
yes, it was amazing. Just kind of in the letting go. I mean, this is still kind of fresh for me, and yet I feel so excited to expand and move forward. But sometimes I'm pulled back
maybe this will help
a little bit.
We don't want you to just let go of that. We want you to let go of all conditions for just a little while. We want you to let go of the need for any condition to be the reason that you feel good. Not just that, but all things, just for a little while.
Okay.
So you gave us a really unconditional word. You said freedom. You feel free.
Yeah.
You feel free. So talk to us about that. Talk emotionally about free.
Well, free to me is very exciting. It's very peaceful. It's loving.
Lighthearted.
Lighthearted, silly, fun.
Esther used to say, let's go get a Coke and pretend like we're on vacation. So pretend like we're on vacation. Being on vacation feeling as compared to that having a responsibility feeling. That feeling of getting to do what I want to do. Getting to do what I want to do. Now picture yourself in a relationship getting to do what you want to do with somebody who doesn't want you to do it. That doesn't feel very free, does it?
I was in that, yeah.
How about the freedom to do what you want to do and someone disapproving of what you're doing? Not free, is it? Mm-mm. So what seems relevant here is never caring again what anybody else thinks about what you're doing. That's the only freedom. Because if you're trying to jump through hoops to please them, then you're not going to feel lighthearted and you're not going to feel free and you're going to come to resent them so soon, you see? Mm-hmm.